poles. We want poles. Yeah. So
Yes, ma'am.
generally, this is of children of this group, especially of your age. You see, 9, 10 years, 11 years of age, when you try to find it out that who is taller. At that time, you will not try to stand like this. Always you want to teach and you will try to stand on toes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? करते हो आप लोग?
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever
Yes,
you
ma'am.
supposed to
Yes.
measure the height with your friend or with your brother or sister or with your cousin, whomever. Yes? So like that only. To compare the height here, it has been said that when he stands on his toes, at that time he reached to his back. Okay. It is said I could reach his back if I stood on tiptoes. Otherwise, I cannot reach to the back of. My height was smaller at that time. Okay. He seemed to remain that height for nearly 2 years. Kari remained like that same height up to 2 years. Okay. We grew together. That is probably. What do you mean by probably?
Maybe.
Yes. That is maybe.
Maybe.
Shayad. In Hindi we say yes. Probably.
Yes, ma'am.
I never found out just how tall he was. So at that time, maybe his height was that much only. So I have never find out that how much tall he has grown. He lived in a pavilion. Pavilion means what?
A shed in which elephants live.
Yes, shelter.
A type of shed.
A type of shed also we can say, or a type of shelter where the elephants are kept. Okay. Under a thatched roof. Thatched roof means what? Thatched.
It is made with
Thatched.
ma'am, it is made with dry leaves.
It is made with leaves or straw or if you see, you go to this Jamshedpur area or you go to this Jadugoda road, by the side only you can see thatched huts. Have you seen thatched huts?
Yes, ma'am.
Thatched huts
Made with raw materials.
materials such as leaves or the straws used to cover the roof. Okay.
And ma'am, they all are dry and raw.
Yes, leaves or we can say straws used to cover the roof. Please note it down with word meaning also. Okay. And also use it in your or day to day speaking also or in writing also. So actually the leaves of the straw used to cover that is used to cover the roof, okay, which rested on the thick tree stumps so that it would not fall in when Kari bumped against the pole as he moved about. Bumped means when he strikes the pole. The animals, especially the elephants, they are having. Now, if you see, they are having that type of habit to bump the poles. Okay, to strike to hit the poles. Now, in this image, you can see it very clearly. Here you can see this tree is being used. Okay, that tree trunks are used to make the pole of this pavilion shelter. Okay, and in this you can see how it is being hatched. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's clear to you with the picture.
Yes, ma'am. In the book of Eden.
In the book only it is being given to you. Okay. Now, if you see, the boy is also trying to reach his bag, standing on what?
In his tiptoe.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, one of the first things Kari did was to save the life of a boy. So, one of the first very good thing Kari did was what he did? He saved the life of a boy. That incident will be described afterwards. The first thing here, narrator has told us what he did. That incident would be described afterwards. But the regular, what he was doing, let us see that. Kari did not eat much, but he nevertheless needed 40 pounds of twigs a day to chew and play with. Every day, I used to take him to the river in the morning for his bath. Now, used to, what do you mean by used to?
Ma'am, he did it. Ma'am, make a habit.
Yes,
Ma'am, to do it.
regularly.
Ma'am, make a habit.
Yes, regular habit as a habit, but in past. Okay, so I used to hear. Means this is the story being narrated by the a writer when he has grown up. Okay, so I used to take him to a river in the morning for his bath. He would lie down on the sandbank while I rubbed him with the clean sand of the river for an hour. After that, he would lie in the water for a long time. On coming out, his skin would be shining like ebony. What is ebony?
A tree that yet wood.
A tree that led wood.
A wood.
A tropical tree.
A kind of tree. Ma'am, we have studied it in class 6.
Yes.
So, about it is a evergreen.
Yes,
Ma'am, it is a
about
evergreen. Evergreen forest and deciduous forest. Yes,
green forest, that is
Ma'am,
great
it is
forest.
a example of evergreen forest.
Three type of trees. What are that? Ebony,
Ebony, mahogany, and sandalwood. And sandalwood.
no.
Rosewood.
Rosewood, very good, very good. These are what? Tropical forest trees, okay? So out of these three, one was ebony, which is very shiny one, okay? Generally, it's very hard to breathe, very so hard to make the furnitures, but when it is the furniture is made out of these type of tree, what will be there? It will be very shiny. Okay, it shines.
Ma'am, but it is very costly.
Yes, it's very costly also. So on coming out of his on coming out, his skin would be shining like ebony, and he would still will be what here? Cry,
Cry.
trumpet with pleasure as I rub water down his neck. So as I would be rubbing water down his, neck, not back. Sorry, please correct it. I rub the water down his back. Then I would take him by the ear because that is the easiest way to lead an elephant and leave him on the edge of the jungle while I went into the forest to get some. What is this word? What is,
Small X.
what is this?
Ma'am, some meanings are written at the bottom of the page.
Luscious twigs. That means what? The tasty,
Tasty and sweet smelling.
twigs mean what?
Tasty and sweet smelling.
That tender part of the branch of the tree. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Then what is dinner? One has to have a very sharp hatchet to cut down these twigs. Hatchet means what? That is small.
Small X. X.
Okay.
Small X. Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, who is this?
Ma'am, I am Anisha.
Anisha, come on.
Ma'am, what is the edge of the jungle?
Edge.
Ma'am, in the sentence there is written edge of the jungle. Means?
Anyone? You can tell me what is the edge of the jungle?
Ma'am, border of the jungle.
Yes, border of the jungle.
Where the forest starts or ends.
You see, this part is called as what?
Formal.
And this part is called as what? Edge. Edge part. This you have studied in the maths, the shape, that also you have studied. This is said to be the edge.
Ma'am, perimeter.
Yes?
Ma'am, perimeter.
Perimeter means that complete area you will go for. That small, this part.
You mean three-dimensional shape. Ma'am, edge, corner and faces.
So,
Yes, ma'am, we have studied in three-dimensional shape.
yes, in this three-dimensional you have studied. So, I think edge is clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? That
Yes,
border
ma'am.
area, that border. Okay, so the edge of the jungle, the border of the jungle, while I went into the forest to get some this luscious twigs, that means what? That is tasty and sweet smelling twigs for this dinner. Okay, and now I have to cut I have to bring the twigs. So what tool he was using there? That is hatchet. Hatchet means what? That is a small axe to cut down these twigs. It takes half an hour to sharpen the hatchet because if a twig is mutilated, an elephant and will not touch it. Mutilated means what? Torn or
Mutilated.
Means if it has not been cut properly, the elephant is not going to eat.
Ma'am, it is mutilated.
So that means what? It should be cut very nicely. How it should be cut nicely? When it will cut nicely? When the axe will be very sharp. So here he says what? To sharpen that axe, it took how much time? And half an hour. Okay, then we will cut the twigs very nicely so that the elephant will eat. If it will not be cut properly, then the elephant is not going to eat. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Till this, anyone having any doubt?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
It was.
Ma'am, I am in doubt.
Yes, who is this?
Ma'am, I am Archita Devda.
Archita, come on.
मैम पैविलियन का मतलब क्या होता है?
Pavilion.
यस मैम.
आप ये वर्ड सुने हो अर्चिता? Pavilion.
मैम आप बोट में लिखे हो ना, बोर्ड में, ब्लैक बोर्ड में पैविलियन.
Pavilion. This word have you heard earlier? अभी सुने हो?
यस मैम.
कहाँ सुने हो बताओ?
यस मैम.
क्रिकेट देखते हो? क्रिकेट?
इन द ड्रेसिंग रूम.
ड्रेसिंग रूम में आप पैविलियन बोला जाता है ना? सुने हो ये वर्ड?
यस मैम.
ये वर्ड सुने ना? सेम. वो जो प्लेयर्स होते हैं वो पैविलियन में बैठे होते हैं ना, एक शेड जैसा एरिया होता है, वहां वो लोग बैठते हैं. सिंपल. ये आप क्रिकेट में सुने हो, ठीक उसी तरह से एलिफेंट के लिए भी एक शेड वाला एरिया बनाया हुआ था, वहां पे वो एलिफेंट रहता है. आर यू गेटिंग इट अर्चिता?
यस मैम.
अभी समझ में आ गया पैविलियन? पैविलियन मतलब
Yes,
क्या है? शेड बनाया हुआ है, शेड वाला एरिया है, वहां पे एलिफेंट को रखा जाता था, इसीलिए पैविलियन यहाँ यूज हुआ है. और
dressing room of the cricketers is called as pavilion.
Yes, yes. पहले ड्रेसिंग रूम नहीं बोला जाता था, पहले पवेलियन ही बोला जाता था. Okay. Here, so in this much I have explained you. In this, anyone having any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So here we have the meaning of Kari. Kari is an elephant. And the important character here, and he is at when the story begins, he was of what age? It's said to be only 5 months old. And the boy here, the writer who is narrating this story, that is Rangopan Mukherjee, he was at that time 9 years old. And what work he was doing, we have seen this. Okay. Shall we proceed? Shall we continue?
Yes, ma'am. Your video is done.
Yes, anything else you want to say?
Ma'am, I was saying your video is done. Yes, ma'am. Now it's clear.
Okay, some network issue is there. Maybe in between some problem would be there. Sir, you can leave him.
Ma'am, now it's clear.
Okay. It was not an easy job to get twigs and saplings for Kari. I had to climb all kinds of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs. Now here, the narrator, the boy, the 9-year boy, he is saying that what type of feeling at that time, 9 years old boy. He said that collect for twigs for Kari was not an easy task. For collecting that very delicate, very soft and tender twigs, I have to climb many trees. Okay, as he was very fond of the young branches of the banyan tree, which grows like a cathedral of leaves and branches. I was gathering some one spring day in March when I suddenly heard Kari calling to me in the distance. Now here, see the tree, the banyan tree is compared with cathedral of leaves. What do you mean by here cathedral of leaves? Anyone?
Central tree.
Sorry?
Central place.
Central
Place.
place. Central place. Okay. Now, anyone other than this? Anyone would like to say anything?
Ma'am, the place where many leaves are kept.
That is called cathedral of leaves.
Ma'am, a group of, like we say, bunch of flowers.
Sorry?
Ma'am, like we say, a bunch of flowers, the cathedral of leaves.
Okay. So now it is compared with cathedral of leaves and branches. Now the place from where the center from where this leaves and the branches are coming up. Okay, so he was very fond of those type of leaves, especially of banyan tree. And when he was, as the boy was doing that, he was very fond of that. So he was doing that, that cutting that twigs for Kari. And the time was what it is said that that was one spring day. Spring season was there, March month was there. He heard the cry of Kari from distance. As he was still very young, the call was more like that of a baby than an elephant. As he was young, so the call was just like a baby, not like an elephant. So Kari made a call to this boy. And the boy, when he heard that, he understood that that was of Kari only because Kari was a baby and that call was as if of a baby, not of an elephant. Okay, I thought somebody was hurting him, so I came down from my tree and ran very fast to the edge of the forest where I had left him, but he was not there. So as soon I got that, as soon as the boy heard that sound, that voice of Kari, he get down from the tree immediately and ran toward the place where he has left Kari. He has left Kari at the edge of the jungle. He went there, but to his surprise, he has not found him there. Kari was not there. I looked all over, but I could not find him. I looked all over, searched him there, but cannot find Kari there. I went near the edge of the water and I saw a black something struggling above its surface. Then it rose higher and it was the trunk of my elephant. Now here, so he searched here and there, but he cannot find it. Then he went to the edge of the water. Again, that edge means that the border of the water, that the bank of the water. Yes? We are
Yes, ma'am.
say bank means the
Yes, ma'am. The levees.
yes, that the edge, that border of that water area. Okay, and I saw something. I saw a black something struggling above its surface. Struggling above its surface means above the surface of water. It's struggling. It's trying to come up. Then it rose higher. Then that black thing rose little bit higher, and it was the trunk of my elephant. I thought he was drowning. He was drowning means go under that water. Okay, drowning means when we inhale or when we take too much of water inside and it goes to lungs. Then at that time we what happens? We drown. Yes. So we thought what that Kari was drowning. I was helpless because I could not jump into the water and save the 400 pounds of him since he was much higher than I. So here the boy admits here what he says that I was helpless, I cannot do anything. Why? Because that I cannot save the 400 pounds of him. Means that the pounds means what here? The unit of weight, measuring weight. Okay. Now pounds. Okay. Of him says,
And then he also got know how to swim.
please repeat it.
And he also don't know how to swim in water.
Yes. So, and also since he was much higher than I, okay, much higher than I, but I saw him, but I saw his back rise above the water, and the moment he caught my eye, he began to trumpet and struggle up to the shore. Means shore means to the bank, kinare, okay. But I saw his back rise up the water, and the moment he caught my eye means with the moment we had an eye contact, he started to what he did. He started he began to trumpet. Trumpet means that the sound, the voice, the sound created by the elephant is called as trumpet, and struggle up to the shore. Then still trumpeting, he pushed me into the water and I fell into the stream. I saw a boy lying flat on the bottom of the river. He had not altogether touched the bottom but was somewhat afloat. Afloat means what? Afloat means floating.
Something strange happened suddenly.
Afloat means what?
Yeah, about something strange that happened suddenly.
No, that means afloat means you are not sinking again. It was floating only. Are you getting it?
Floating in water.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
we can see floating in that water. So he was not, the boy has not noticed anything like that. But what Kari did, Kari pushed him into the water, and as I fell into the stream, into the river, what I saw, what the boy said, that what I saw there, I saw a boy lying flat on the bottom of the river. He had not altogether touched bottom, but was somewhat afloat. Afloat means he was not sinking, but he was as floating there. Okay, not gone deep, not sink. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I came to the surface of the water to take my breath, and there Kari was standing. His feet planted in the sandbank, and his trunk stretched out like a hand waiting for me. I dived down again and pulled the body of the drowning bird to the surface, but not being a good swimmer, I could not swim ashore, and the slow current was already dragging me down. Now here, the boy admits that he was not a good swimmer. And to save that boy, he dived, but he faced a lot of difficulty to move towards the shore area, means to the bank. Okay, as the slow current was there, that was dragging him. Dragging him means what? Pulling him down. Okay, seeing up drift by the current, Kari was usually slow and contrast suddenly braided down like a hawk and came halfway into the water, where I saw him stretch out his trunk again. Now here you can see the scene, you can understand very clearly here. As the narrator, he jumped into the stream to save his boy, but the boy, that the narrator, he himself find difficulty in swimming. Okay, as he was not a good swimmer, so he was facing problem. So at that time, how Kari is pulling the narrator, and the narrator is pulling that boy. How three of them are being dragged here, you can see. Yes, two of them were dragged, not three. Kari was pulling them. The two of them were dragged. You can understand this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, ratted. Any of these word meanings? So here you define ratted. Ratted means what? That is to run suddenly. Okay. Run suddenly like a what? What he is being compared with?
Ma'am, please repeat.
Run suddenly.
Like a hawk.
Hawk. Hawk means what?
Ma'am, can you please repeat?
For this rapid means to run suddenly or to rapid movement we can say. Okay, so here we find what that Kari he as the drift means what, that is the current. Okay, seeing us drift by the current means carried by the current. Okay, carried by the current of the river, means with the speed of the river. What Kari did, Kari he suddenly breathed down like a hawk. Here means that
Then what is the foundation?
uh, Compress means what? To slow nearby. Okay. To slow nearly be. Okay. So we find what? Nearly was slow, but suddenly what he did? Just as the eagle or the hawk, these type of animals, how they do, they grab anything with a great speed they go. Like that only the movement is being described of Kari. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And came halfway into the water where I saw him stretch out his trunk again. I raised up my hand to catch it and it slipped. I found myself going under the water again. Now, for saving that boy, the narrator entered into the water, but it was found that the narrator, he himself was drowning with that boy. But what happened? This time I found that the water was not very deep. So, I sank to the bottom of the river and bottom of the river and doubled my feet under me and then suddenly kicked the river bed and shot upward like an arrow in spite of the fact that I was holding the drowning boy with my hand. As my body rose up the water, I felt a lasso around my neck.
Ma'am, lasso means not a rope, but it is like a rope.
Yes, yes.
Rope with a nose at the end.
Okay. A rope with a noose at the end. Okay, just as I have been this neck covered with that rope. Okay, lasso around my neck. This frightened me. I thought some water animal was going to swallow me. I heard Kari spilling, and I knew it was his trunk about my neck. He pulled us both ashore. Now here, this is this you can see this that this is called as what lasso. This trunk of elephant, he has pulling him with that. So what the narrator thought that some water animal has like a rope covered that neck, but afterwards he found that it was the trunk of Kari. Okay, and what happened? In this you can see how he saved Kari saved the two boys. Clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So this much is clear to you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
In this, anyone having any doubt?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Time is over, so we will end the class. Just go through the chapter, read further. How far I have completed, after that also you read it so that you can understand it. Okay?
And we will find some information about the writer.
Yes?
Then we will find some information about the writer.
Style of writing, from where it belongs. Yes?
Then we will find some information about the writer.
You will find it out. Okay? Okay, so
मैं बोलना है
अर्चिता हाँ बोलो क्या बोलना है क्या?
आप जब ब्लैक बोर्ड में वर्ड मीनिंग सब लिखाए थे उसको क्या कॉपी में भी लिखना है
Okay? Okay, so we will end the class.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What is the meaning of hawk you have written in the board?
It is a type of bird, just as eagle is there, na? Like that only it's type of that same type of bird. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, students.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.